What's going on? Sir, I want to make sure you can hear me.
Oh, yes, we hear you.
Much better. Apparently, I'm in a sub-basement somewhere in an undisclosed location. Now, I can't say much, and I can't stay on for long, but I just wanted to know, what's going on today?
I want to make sure very clearly that the Geek Bros brand will not set precedent by, what is it called? By
negotiating with
we won't set precedent. We won't set precedent by paying any ransom. There we go. Just want to make it very. Today on Keepin the Geek Bros podcast, episode 99.5, we've got CD PROJEKT is now Europe's most valuable gameplay company. Minecraft is still incredibly popular. Terraria is finally complete. New Ghost of Tsushima gameplay footage. Epic Games' new Unreal Engine 5. David Arquette to reprise role as Dewey in the new Scream movies. Disney reschedules The New Mutants. Tom Hanks's World War II film Greyhound will premiere on Apple TV. All this and more in this week's episode of Keepin the Geek Bros, a family podcast, allegedly. Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, keeping up with the Geek Bros.
Yes. Keepin the Geek Bros podcast. I'm your host, Vibe. And with me are my fellow co-hosts,
Darth Flex,
Garbanzo,
and Roz.
Yes. Before we get started, Flex, can you tell these fine people where to find us on social media? Yes, mid chew or whatever that. At least it's you usually eat podcast.
You beautiful people can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEEKBR0S. You can also email us. Again, tons of free shit. 100% chance of winning if you email us. 100% chance of winning. I mean, those are pretty good odds. You don't even have to pay for shipping. I mean, come on.
That is true. That's true. Shipping and handling. The bigger items though is COD. So just letting you guys know.
So just send us an email. I don't know. Tell us why Vibe is wrong about The Last Jedi at geekbros with a 0 at yahoo.com.
Or tell us why Garbanzo is right about Star Wars Galaxies or Galaxyland, whatever they want to call it.
That'll be a tough email. Now, you can also check us out on facebook.com/geekbros with a 0. We got pretty cool posts. They're not as funny because I'm not posting for the next. I still got 4 more days after my suspension. After that suspension is up, then I'll go back to posting.
Who's posting? Is anybody posting on Facebook besides the actual productions? I'm not sure. I know, but I told you if you give me the links, I'll post them. But I don't.
Well, I just look at funny shit and post it. I don't.
But I don't try. I don't.
So you have time to look at pointless flat Earth articles that don't mean shit, but you can't look at funny memes to post on the Facebook.
I don't read flat Earth articles. I am not a flat Earther.
You're right. You
skeptic.
are a flat Earth article.
And no, I'm not. And I'm not, whatever. But I don't know. I don't have time.
Bro,
all right,
stop sniffing chemtrails, bro.
What?
Yes, you're right.
He said stop sniffing the chemtrails.
Hey.
Which are a legit thing.
Sorry.
Now that
they are. There's comtrails and there's chemtrails. I mean,
I've definitely seen chemtrails. I don't know about
that. Yes, Bukaki all the way.
All right, so we're getting way out of hand,
and that's why podcasts go forever.
The first place to find the Geek Bros.
The first place.
WeBeGeeksPC.com. Hopefully you're staying safe, Mike. Thank you for having us. And then
still having
you're
us.
Gonna see this beautiful concoction of I guess the remedy, not the remedy. We are the vaccine to COVID-19. If you want to check out this vaccine, you can check us out on youtube.com/Barrev Studios.
Bill Gates sent us free stuff.
VABEREVSTUDIOS. I had something funnier to say, but I don't know why my mind just blinked.
It's okay.
It's probably offensive. That's why.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right. Before we get to the rest of today, we have comments and questions for you, the audience. I did remember to at least put 3 YouTube comments. I don't really know what's on Facebook or on IG. I haven't checked them. My bad, peeps. We'll get to it eventually. YouTube.com/Vibro Studios. Zach A. At our thing 99.3. He's at 50 minutes 40 seconds. He says, "I called that." Oh no, I did put that already. That's old. Okay, the other 2 ones are new. 2 days ago, for our last 99.4, at 1 hour and 10 minutes, Squeezebit says, honestly, Rick and Morty has so much replay value. Even when you spoil it, it's still great. So, you guys agree?
I'm all right with it.
Yeah? I guess, yeah. You're right, I guess. Man gave us a paragraph here. So he goes, anyone remembers how big Pogs were? As great as comic books are, I see them going fully digital. As for comic book shops, hopefully they'll stay. Maybe do something with the conventions to stay afloat for the collectors. Just as the cable industry is dying and the streaming industry is getting bigger, Roz, your backgrounds, LOL, I was just playing those games with my daughters. Garbanzo, remember the mystery wine video with my co-captain? And he says he's pretty much 18 now, and being a father to a son and now daughters is definitely an amazing process of life. Oh, okay, I see what he's saying. Get that poll going for the name of Baby Bean. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Question of the day for Flex. I had the same issue with putting games down and never finishing them across all the platforms. It's also the reason why I don't buy games as they come out. I'm currently still fighting with myself to play through all the Final Fantasy games, and also do that with TV shows and women. JK. All right, Man, literally, he like, I mean, if I thank you so much for the comment, but this is like the most detailed comment we've ever gotten. It's like he listened, and as he heard something he wanted to respond to, he like wrote it down. That's really really cool, because I wouldn't have been able to remember all of that all across the board. So Man, thank you so much for your comment. This is the kind of comments we appreciate, and hopefully we can maybe get you to join us.
Send us an email.
Or send us an email. Yeah.
All right, guys. So that noise you're hearing is work for me. So
Okay.
I just want to tell everybody that it's been it's been an amazing week. I got to see my baby boy again through the new sonogram pictures.
Ooh, sonogram.
Can
I ask you a question?
ultrasound.
Did ultrasound? Can I ask you a question? Did they let you in to do it, to see it with her, or no?
No, they had.
I didn't think so.
They broke their rule of recording, so she video chatted me because they
Oh.
don't allow you to video chat and record.
Right. Okay, that's
So
perfect.
Why doesn't
they
your
broke
mask
that
stay on
rule
your
for us.
face?
Huh?
Why doesn't your mask stay on your face?
Because I have it a little bit loose so I can breathe better.
That's what she said.
No.
Well, Garbanzo,
But
appreciate it.
I will say this: Crib is up. I'll be posting pics soon, and super happy and ready to go for the next step. But I got to move some big lawn chairs.
I know you do have to move some big
Does work.
stuff. I get you. Well, that's Garbanzo live from Sublevel 5.
Be well, and may the force be with you.
All right, thanks, Garbanzo. Thanks for stopping by. Well, that was now we're gents. Anything to report? We just got our Garbanzo's Flex.
Yes, I am still playing Halo. I'm almost done with Halo Combat Evolved. It's pretty fun. Reminds me a lot of my childhood, but also, man, how bad the Banshee and Ghost controls were back in the day. Jesus Christ. Warhawk's still pretty solid.
Are you switching between old graphics and new graphics?
Oh, I do it all the time. I do it
such
all
a good
the
job
time.
they did.
I go to old graphics sometimes too, because it's much easier to see stuff, because this new fancy remastered edition puts in fog and all this other shit that kind of blocks things. Also, old version has no grass, so you can kind of see the enemies who are hiding. It's not cheating if it was made that way, right? And let's see, what else? I started school yesterday. That's fun. And things are starting to pick back up a little bit more with sports. So that means a bit more work when it comes to professional athletes. So that's going to be good. Have a couple more coming in. And otherwise, that's it. Nothing's really changed. Same old.
Mr. Roz.
Man, just about the same. You got me back into playing Nier Automata. So, God
stop.
Damn. I know.
You just said it. My heart sank. Literally,
I know.
sank.
I got back into it. The music. Oh, shit. The music is so good.
Music. I'm buying the soundtrack. I'm absolutely buying the soundtrack. I have to.
Really good.
I've never purchased a video game soundtrack before. I'm getting this one. I don't know how I'm gonna get it. I don't know if they have a soundtrack, like you can buy, but I'm gonna get it. I'm using
I think it's on Spotify. So.
Oh, okay. Then I'm definitely gonna get it from there. It's funny because I have my brother playing it as well in New York, and he's just like I'm telling you, he get paragraphs of text about the game.
So yeah, I've been on that. I went to Costco today and nearly died. So it's a good Wednesday.
Well, me, nothing new. I'm on my next rotation off from the day jobs. I'm really just working really hard in the studio. Not Geek Bro stuff, but in studio stuff in general. So that's going on. But in between that, I'm also speaking of Nier Automata. After that, since I can't find a game comparable, I decided to find something that's a turn my brain off, stupid. So I'm actually really enjoying, and I know I'm late on this, Fallout Shelter on the Switch. I'm playing Fallout Shelter on the Switch.
God, that game sucks.
I love it's a typical
took
mobile
so
game.
many of my hours away from me. It took me quite a while to realize that game isn't shit. You don't really
It's
doing
stupid. It's nothing. The game is nothing. But I think,
bro.
But you know what I call it? It's a palate cleanser. I think if you want to throw it like that, call it a palate cleanser. Nier Automata was
man.
up
Like
there.
every real man.
What?
What?
No, I needed to turn my brain off type of game.
Grand Theft Auto's on Game Pass. Just play that. Is that anymore?
No, it's not. It's
gone?
Red Dead.
Pretty sure Grand Theft Auto 5 is on Game Pass.
I think it is. Are you sure?
Grand Theft Auto 5. They literally took it off to put Red Dead Redemption 2 on.
Okay. Well, yeah. So it was on Game Pass.
There is another game I'm playing on Game Pass, which, by the way, I think Game Pass is fantastic because it just when on board, I just choose a game and I try it. And I tried playing My Friend Pedro and I hate it so much. Like,
it's so fucking hard. Watching
the game is better than playing it. So I can't get past the tutorial, the first stage. That's how bad it is.
Oh.
I suck. Because it's something I need to do and I can't figure out how to do it. So whatever.
Jump.
No. No, it's when it's shooting straight down and you're supposed to press like something and get past it. And I can't. It won't work for me. I don't know what's wrong with one of my buttons, and it's on both controllers, by the way. So, which is the same issue that I had when it came to the other game. They wouldn't let me use the left button. But that's neither here nor there. So that's what's going on with me. Studio work and and this game that's like a better, semi-better version of Civilizations that I'm playing, even though it's annoying on the you know what it's called. It's on Game Pass. It's something. I know the game. I've been playing it, and the only difference between that and Civilizations is literally you can actually manually fight when your people come together. Okay. And I like that a lot, actually.
No, it's not Total War. Total War is on PC only.
So I'm gonna figure it out, but I saw it and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I didn't like it at first.
I enjoy those games.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I never played this type of version of a game on a console before, so it's kind of annoying. But I got used to it, and it's all right. But that's all to report. What's going on with the Geek Bros? Again, I haven't worked on much of Geek Bros stuff this week, besides, of course, the podcast, which I want to say very clearly that this outline is brought to you completely by Ross. I just copied pasted links. But other than that, I haven't worked on anything. I told you I'm very frustrated and stressed out about the Witcher review, so I haven't even touched that. I don't know if I'm going to touch it at all this week because you can only go and edit the same thing over and over again before you lose your mind. No, it's not called Rise of Nations. It's something else. I don't know. It's futuristic though. I have to figure it out.
Halo Wars.
And no. What? No. What?
Stellaris.
No, it's not. The other one. I don't like Stellaris. It's the other one.
Stellaris?
It's the other one. I forget. It's
Europa Universalis.
No, isn't it Planetira something or this
Planet Roller Coaster?
No, this is whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so Geek Bros, that's what it is. The Patreon is there. I haven't done anything with that either, but it's there. I still have to wait. I think I've decided not to release the Patreon until the Rona is over and that the Geek Bros can actually come together for not just for recording, but for a production meeting with drinks together. to discuss the tiers. And so look forward to that maybe in the summer if anybody actually really even cares. But there will be some
Next
good
summer?
stuff there. No, yeah, next summer is coming up. Summer coming up, or no, you're right. Maybe fall. Look for it for the fall, because the longer I prolong releasing the Patreon, is the better it is for you guys, because there'll be far more content there, far more things. Because I am working on I've almost completely finished all the lost episodes of the Geek Bros, all the lost episodes of the Geek Girls. They're done. They just need to be rendered. I just haven't rendered them yet. I left them on the timeline. So it's just more stuff. So look forward to it. Good stuff. At the very least, you get your podcast weekly, and that's what we're here for. If this is your first time listening to our broadcast, then please take a moment to subscribe, review, leave a comment on your favorite podcasting app. We really appreciate it. If you're watching us, then don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. YouTube has recently changed the algorithm to favor corporate channels, and independent productions like our own, isn't being recommended. It's reducing our views and is limiting our exposure to new audience. Without further ado, episode 99.5 starts now. Let's get ready for the fresh scent. Right, what's new in the gaming world? Are there any video games out this week, Darflex?
Surprisingly, yes. So
Really? See, I knew I should have taken that off yet.
all right, so we're gonna start with the 20th, which there's nothing there. So I guess early say the 21st. Okay, so May 21st we have Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, which includes the Liberation Edition for the Nintendo Switch. Sorry, the Liberation Remastered as well. We have Alter Lula,
Lolita?
Attilai Lulua, the Scion of Ireland for the PC, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. We have Everybody's Golf VR for the PlayStation Virtual Reality.
I like that.
We have Resident Evil 0 for the Nintendo Switch.
What is that about?
Prequel.
What? Didn't they do a prequel already for that series?
Resident Evil 0.
No, but didn't they do? No, before that, wasn't it called something else? Was it Resident Evil Raccoon City? Wasn't that a prequel?
I think that was like some Wii only shooter bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
The Zero
that
came
game
out on the
sucked.
GameCube, dude. That's how long ago it came out.
Oh wow! So it's a port. It's a remake, or
It's a update, I guess.
oh, okay, all right. Sorry, Flex.
No, I think these companies took advantage of the quarantine. We got a shit ton on the list. All right, so then we have Resident Evil HD Remastered for the Nintendo Switch, Resident Evil 4 for the Nintendo Switch, Cities, Skylines, Campus for the PC, Observation for the PC and PS4. We have Slay the Spire for the PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. Let's see. We have Fission Superstar X for the PC and Xbox One. We have American Fugitive for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. We have Killing Floor Double Feature for the PS4 and PSVR. We have Team Sonic Racing for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Skelly Celeste for the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Dauntless for the PS4 and Xbox One. Beat Saber official launch for the PC. Now we're on to May 22nd. We have Mechanic Minor Steam Early Access for the PC. Gladiabots for the PC. Let's see, and it also comes out on the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch shortly after. So we have Gunlord X for the Nintendo Switch. Now we're at May 23rd. Total War 3 Kingdoms for the PC. Battalion 1944, I want that game. Official launch for the PC. Tennis World Tour, Roland Garros Edition. PC, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Pathologic 2 for the PC. Conglomerate 451 for the Steam Early Access. Steam Early Access for the PC. We have Swine, as an acronym, like SWINE, HD Remastered for the PC. We have Balance-A-Lot for the PC. We have Punchline for the PC. We have Wave Circles for the Rift and the Vibe. Now we're on to May 24th. We have Dollhouse for the PC and PS4. Splitgate Arena Warfare for the PC. Zera Survival Steam Early Access for the PC. Sword Art Online Hollow Realization Deluxe Edition for the Nintendo Switch. And that is it for this week.
I feel like 30 to 40% of those you just pulled out of your ass and made up.
No, that's why I was surprised. This list is actually pretty long for this month.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were anticipating. Holy shit! Oh my god, is fucking Corona a construct of the gaming industry?
I don't know. I just was wondering, but there you go. We're back. All right. Well, I guess I'll stop asking it as a question. I'll just make it a statement now. Video games out this week. All right. Well, we're gonna get to our first topic for today. CD Projekt.
Oh yeah. So CD Projekt is like now the number 2 biggest video game company in Europe. Them and Ubisoft are neck and neck. They were like number 1 last night, and their market capitalization shrunk a little bit on overnight trading. But that's a big jump for a company that has released one game or one game series.
What?
You
Okay.
you might have heard of it. It's called The Witcher.
They produced The Witcher, and that's having them on par with Ubisoft.
Yeah,
Doug.
The Witcher The Witcher.
Have you not played the Witcher games?
I've never heard of the Witcher games.
I've never heard of the Witcher games. No, I've never.
If I
played
could
the Witcher
describe
games.
it, it's literally. You know, people say, "Oh, the book is better." It's like you're playing the book, if that's possible. Like the game is so good and in depth and just amazing.
Isn't The Witcher 3 on
And
Game Pass?
titties, and lots of titties.
Yeah,
Lots of titties.
I think
Except for the
on
first
Game
one.
Pass.
Witcher 3 is a Game Pass, but I don't know. If it's not open world JRPG, I don't know what to do with my life.
It is an open world.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's funny. So this article comes from videogameschronicle.com. So really, company has surpassed European game industry heavyweight Ubisoft's current market valuation of $8.12 billion. So it's above $8.12 billion.
Yeah, it's a pretty good jump. Now,
is there any way?
To be fair, though, not only do they produce the Witcher game, but they also own an online game marketplace called GOG. I don't know, you may not have heard of it, but they're like the number 3 online market after Steam and Epic Games.
Where? They're number 3 where? Not
online.
No, I know online, but I mean, with which market are they? I would assume what, East?
No, just in general. When people buy PC games online, GOG is really high up there.
Really?
Didn't they make GOG a monster or a demon or something in The Witcher? Or it's like in one of the books. They had some kind of like...
it is actually. Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, their big claim to fame is the GOG.com store sells their games with no DRM. So people really like that.
What's DRM?
Digital rights management. So you can freely copy your game to a different system. You don't have to actually activate it with an online key every game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like the good old days. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it is good old days. All right, we're gonna move on to Minecraft. Still incredibly popular. Sales top 2 million and 126 million play monthly. This article is from TheVerge.com. Minecraft sales have officially topped 200 million. Oh, I just already said that. Microsoft is detailing the latest sales figures, just as Mojang. Did I say that right? Mojang Studios? I don't know, that feels wrong. Mojang Studios celebrates 11 years since the first Minecraft alpha build was originally released. I didn't know that Minecraft was still that popular. I thought it was more.
Don't your kids still play that shit?
No, they one of them.
Oh my god! Thank God.
They play Brawlhalla sometimes. The oldest is on the Switch, and the youngest plays what is that game?
Leisure Suit Larry, Magna Cum Laude.
How old is the youngest?
He's
27.
13.
Probably like Roblox.
No. Offspring. What game are you playing?
None of your fucking business, Dad.
Fortnite.
Leisure Suit Larry.
I thought
okay.
Fortnite was the king. Now I could have sworn that Minecraft was kind of like not out, but like I thought it was on Fortnite.
I didn't know that they were still so popular, but god damn.
I didn't know that you let me see. Monthly. Is there like a monthly? There's no monthly subscription to Minecraft, is there?
No, not at all.
Really? Because I mean, I get the games. I know I don't. I lie. I don't get the games fun factor, but I do get the games fun factor at the same time. Especially when you're playing with friends. So
people like playing with Legos, man.
Yeah, or
kind of that's a pretty good show about Lego builders. There's this show called, I think it's like Mega something Builders or something Black Builders. I don't know. So this dude's making awesome shit out of Lego.
Okay.
Oh, see here, and it says an internet surge in interest from YouTubers and nostalgic induced playing saw Minecraft remain king of YouTube viewership stats last year. So it's still hot. It's still hot to even watch on YouTube, which I'm quite surprised. I don't hear anybody talking about it anymore. The most I hear anybody talk about it is if I hear anything indie at all, it's damn, the game escapes me again. What is it called again?
Fortnite.
So that's interesting. Interesting. Have any of you gents played Minecraft ever?
You remember me and your son had this conversation. We were like,
did.
"Why do you play this stupid shit, man? Like, you don't do anything."
It's so weird.
But yeah, like when like nephews and whatnot, now I'll jump in with them.
Yeah. Have you? Okay. Can you see? I mean, I've never played the game. Do you see? You may not. You may not. I don't know what the word I want to say. You may not feel it yourself, but can you see the appeal in it? Can you?
Oh, I already said it, man. It is. You ever play with Lego? You like Legos?
I mean, you're okay.
That's it.
I guess
That's
it's along the same line as not, is it Harvest Moon? Am I saying it right?
That's how those words sound, yeah.
Exactly. No, I'm saying that I guess that's the same appeal for those who play Harvest Moon. Is it called Harvest Moon?
Harvest Moon is a game.
Okay. Yeah. No, but isn't it the same? I mean, isn't Harvest Moon just about like what is Harvest Moon is it's
Harvest Moon's like what the fuck just came out on the Switch? You farm, you build a community, you got a town and shit.
Yeah, so it's kind of I mean you can do the same in Minecraft. I mean, whatever. Who cares? I'm showing my age. We're moving on.
Yeah, you were actually.
Yeah, Minecraft. This article comes from Eurogamer.net. 9 years after launch, Terraria, I think I'm saying it right, is finally complete. I am going to play the trailer for this thing. It's a minute and a half because I want to know what Roz is about to talk about. So I'm going to share the screen for all you guys who are watching us. If you're listening to us, just enjoy the sounds until we're done and whatnot. There we go. And unplug. Oh, sweet Lord.
Cool. Yeah, it looks really cool, man. Like, not to play, it just looks cool.
I mean, what is this really? I thought the character was peeing.
Yeah.
Was that mini golf?
I think it was. I think it was.
This is interesting.
What are we reviewing?
I assume you can do magic. It says mana. This looks cool.
Did you say this looks cool? Is that that's a battle mode? Is that master mode?
Master mode.
Okay. What is that, Cthulhu? I love it.
Yes, that looks like Cthulhu, 100%.
There's weather. There's flying kites.
It's like if they took Breath of the Wild and just made it into a 2D game, but took out all the cool shit about it.
You know, there's this thing.
It looks like the best thing I can say is it totally looks like a Link to the Past got converted into like a
platformer.
Yeah, platformer, like Castlevania style looking game.
Beat Link to the Past.
That was different. That was very different. So Roz.
So what the article here is, man, it came out 9 years ago and it sold 20 million copies with a team of what?
But why?
9 people, man.
That's brilliant. I mean, but why? And what market is this like a nostalgia bait? What did it hit?
It hit literally our age demographic, people that grew up in like the 16-bit era.
Okay.
That likes those style of games. If you ever played a game on the Sega Genesis or the PlayStation, like those 2D platformers, that's the market. Then again, remember, you don't really play video games. Your first video game ever, I think, was like, what, Nier Automata. So
Hold on.
Yeah. So,
It was either
Hold
that
on,
or
hold
it
on.
might be Hyrule
I have
Warriors.
I have
actually.
it was
fond
Hyrule
memories.
Warriors.
I have fond memories of
They're not your memories.
Innocence.
Bro.
I
They're
have
not your
fond
memories.
memories of the ill-fated Sega Saturn, the PlayStation 2,
Implanted memories.
3. Okay, what did you say? I mean, what did you say?
Those aren't your memories, bro.
Those are memories. I played games. I mean, I don't know. I looked at this and I'm just like, what am I really watching? There's an online component to it, right? I could assume it kind of looked like that.
Yeah, as multiplayer.
I think my most favorite part was watching the Cthulhu monster and flying kites, but I will probably never check this game out. It's just not something that's I'm all that interested in.
If it's on Game Pass, I'll try it out.
No, not even for me, because there are
I just like the way it looks.
well, there are some one or two 16-bit-esque games on Game Pass that look similar to this. So
Played a couple. You know which one's actually? It's not 16-bit, but you know which one's pretty fun is Metal Slug, and I think it's still on there, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's on
that
there.
game's good as shit.
Me and Jillian went through the first one. She's never played it before. I used to love that shit as a kid. I still got to beat Metal Slug XX.
I like it. Okay, well, that was fun. Thank you so much, Roz. We're gonna move on to new Ghost of Tsushima gameplay. Tsushima. Because the T, hold on now, the T is
Come
silent.
on, you can do it. You can do it.
The T
Listen,
is silent. The T is silent. and
you're
it is
so
throwing me
close.
off.
Just look at it again.
It's a Tsushima.
Sushimi? Come on,
Tsushima.
you're again. Look at it again.
Tsushima. Sorry, Tsushima.
Yes.
Ghost of Tsushima gameplay footage. Sorry, but the T throwing me off. I hate it. This article comes from I don't even know.
Roz.
I got rid of it. No, it comes from Roz. Right, it comes from Roz. No, this was article from TheVerge.com, and it was watch the first 18 minutes of the new Ghost of Tsushima gameplay footage. I, at Roz's request, did play all 18 minutes.
Oh, jeez, I told you not to do that.
No, you said, and I quote.
Oh, I might have said watch a bit of this so we could talk about it.
Yeah, he said he's going to be the only one. That's it.
I quote.
Can we play like
if you can watch some of Ghost of Tsushima?
No, it's 30
seconds.
Shit, man.
Can we play 30 seconds of it?
No, because I mean, there's no 30. I mean, what time code? You know what? There's the ghost, where the ghost is like wrecking.
I guess it is.
But I don't know.
I don't think there's like a time code that really like knocks it out of the park for this game.
The ghost part does.
I guess.
Yeah, it does.
That was all right.
No, the ghost part.
The name, I guess.
Hold on. I'm scrolling right because I know exactly what time code I'm looking for because
you can do it.
This. There it is. This is absolutely something that when I saw this, I'm like, yeah, this is all flex. So I'm gonna share the screen again. Those who aren't watching, sorry, you'll hear action in the background. Check this out. Here it is. Yeah, that's how we like it.
I want to wear his face.
Now, this is nighttime, but the graphics are pretty darn good.
Oh, yeah.
The daytime footage is really good. Yeah, that's how we like it. Yeah. Finish him. See now this I like this part. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to. That's my favorite part right there. Was it said that the AI eventually learns to fear the ghost, and I was like, what? And when he fell, I was like, no, don't do it. I was like, yeah, that's
got him.
So, Roz, by all means.
No, the reason I was asking you guys to watch it is, this game has had a humongous amount of press over the last 3 years since it was announced at E3. But so this video comes out showing the gameplay, and it looks really good, and the gameplay is interesting, but it really just looks like Assassin's Creed. It looks like Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Origins, almost to a T.
What about the gameplay? Gameplay similar to? I mean, I haven't played.
Yeah, it looks nearly identical to the last two Assassin's Creeds that have come
they
out.
look just as beautiful as with the graphics and everything.
Oh, are you asking if the Assassin's Creed games look like that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Comparable.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because I liked what I saw. I mean, I'm never into these kind of games. I've never
Yes.
played. But
Some
when
of
I was
them are on
watching,
Game Pass now.
huh?
Yeah, I don't know which ones, but Origins and Odyssey came out over the last 2 or 3 years, and the gameplay is very similar. So I don't know. It just seems like it was supposed to be like a revolutionary game coming out, but it's sort of iterating on the same.
Is Assassin's Creed open world?
Yes,
The newer
It is.
ones.
the newer
Oh,
ones.
yeah, actually,
Oh,
they are.
okay. Okay. Because I thought maybe that's the thing. Because all I saw was open world, and I was like, ooh, because near Automata. But anyway, so no, seriously, all I saw was open world. I was like, yeah, open world. That's not my
Wait,
thing.
Near Automata open world?
Ish,
Well, what do you? Well, why would you say ish?
because it's not really. The worlds are kind of instanced, they don't interplay with each other, and you got to go through a tunnel to get to another area, so they're all sectioned off from each other. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What do you define as a true open world then?
The Witcher.
Yeah. The only things that you have to go through a corridor for is to get into a building's interior.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I get you. So
You
yeah.
know what I wish? I wish CD Projekt Red would do Bioshock. I mean, Mass Effect.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
You know how great that would be?
I know.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Or
Great.
what about if BioWare made it, only it was BioWare 15 years ago? That'd be great too.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be
Because then they wouldn't screw their own game over.
really quick before
too
we get off
soon.
this. What did you think about Dragon Age?
Inquisition.
Yeah, Inquisition.
It was an interesting attempt to turn what was obviously supposed to be a multiplayer game, kind of like with an MMO twist, into a single player. The story was not as engaging as Origins, like at all, and it just had a lot of busy work. A lot of, hey, go to point A, collect 50 bat wings, and bring it back to this guy, which is
fetch quests. Yay.
It's absolutely an MMO style, quest methodology, and that's a letdown. The game was huge. The game was beautiful, but
Yeah.
it wasn't nearly as good as Dragon
And
Age.
boobies.
And Dragon Age 2 is a whole other conversation, but I usually only compare Dragon Age 1 and Inquisition.
Okay. Anything else about the game before we move on? Because I know you. I kind of watched 18 minutes of it because you told me to. I like the graphics.
Yeah. I mean, based on
It's
what
a
I
really
saw,
good looking game. Again, I was hoping to have a little more of a a little interplay about this, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm glad you saw it, but
I watched it. I liked it.
if it is, so here's my opinion on it. If it is, I would hope it'd be something different because I'd be looking forward to this game for quite a bit. But if it is like Assassin's Creed, okay, I mean, kind of starts to something new, but I wouldn't mind because those games are actually extremely fun to play.
Exactly, like it's a letdown that they kind of tread on the same ground as another
Yeah.
developer, but they make a good game. So
Yeah.
I'll just play more of that shit.
If I was to ask
exactly.
you what you were hoping for it to be, what were you hoping for?
And that's the thing. I can't really. If I could tell you, I'd be making
know
million
what
selling games, but I
Right.
would have liked a little, something more along the lines of the stealth being a little more engaging, the combat being more than just like single hit. The standard kendo, which is like first strike is the kill shot, shouldn't
Yeah.
be anything more. Which is sure, that's how samurais work, but it's a video game. I wanted a little more Samurai Showdown.
Have you ever played Way of the Samurai on the
Yeah.
PS2? Dude, I used to love that game. I was so pissed that it was so short, though.
Yeah, Way of the Samurai is another good example. I would have liked more combat like that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, there was a part earlier
That's
in
what I was
the,
looking for.
in the
Same.
showcase where the samurai, he's a samurai and he walks by, and I shit you not, he's deflecting arrows with his
Arrows,
samurai
yeah.
sword, and I was thinking so much like you put a lightsaber in his hand and that's it. He's deflecting, like literally it was just like he's like "Huh," and keeps walking. I was just like, yeah, that's exactly how it is. It was good though. I still liked it. The showdown aspect of it. What I find to be engaging is how they were discussing the world. They said how there are little things in the world you should look for, like if there's a smokestack in the distance, that means something. Or if you see like a weather pattern here, or even if there's a tree that looks different, there are certain cues in the game to experience other things. I didn't get too far into it, in my opinion, about what they meant by that specifically, but it did say, look out for certain things. Like when you see anomalies on screen, they're not just there for dressing. There's a purpose to it, or there's something there for you to explore. So they have things there, randomly generating things that scream explore me, And I have to admit they're, and I don't really care much for taking pictures on a video game, but their little video
the
picture, the camera mode thing, that is awesome. It's freaking awesome. I would take all those pictures. I'd post all those. Look at this, look at that. You can even put a soundtrack to your video games, which is to your videos that you make on it, which is kind of cool. So I thought those gimmicks right there were enough to keep me engaged. It's why I kept on watching all 18 minutes as opposed to just like, all right, this is pretty. And well, that and the way the horse looked, the riding the horse, it just looked so realistic.
Is there balls on it?
Wait, what?
That's Red Dead, man.
I know, but
I don't think they gave us a back profile. It was always like a side profile or whatever of it galloping. So I didn't actually see that. It's a good question, and I wasn't looking for a horse ball. So
it's a good question.
No, I mean, but no, that's realistic as it looked. And the one thing, and it's totally unrelated to this game, but I mean, I'm 35, and I'm looking at how games look now, and I'm remembering just like 10, 20 years ago. And I'm like, could you imagine 20 more years into the future what games are going to look like in 20 years? Like, I just finished playing, and I will say this game to the death, Nier Automata, and that game was beautiful to look at, beautiful to listen to. And you have games that are coming out looking like that now. Could you imagine what they're going to look like in 10, 20 years? Like, what are they going to look like?
Yeah. And Nier Automata, for as good a game as it was, it actually looked kind of like shit.
Originally, you mean?
No, it's the textures are garbage, and the only thing that looks actually good is the main character models, like the actual androids. But the tree models, the enemies, everything is like really low poly. The textures are
really
low quality. Yeah. Again, your exposure to modern games is really
You're right. You're right.
Limited.
You're right.
I have a question for you, Roz.
Your games that look better than that? You need to send me a list of games that look better than that, just so I can look.
Final Fantasy, dog.
Listen, jump on Mixer. I'll stream something right after this.
Okay.
Witcher, but I have a question for you, Roz. So, for video game design, so when you're creating a video game, right? Because I've noticed that, like, for example, I'll play a really beautiful looking game, and then I'll look at a tree, and like it's just shitty work on the leaves. But then you look at some games that everything looks great, right? Everything looks.
Sure.
So, what is the decision that is made, or the reason why it's made, that we'll pay less attention to something else, even though, like, obviously, I think the environment is very important in a video game, as much as important as the actual main character model. So, in your experience, what is the reason behind paying attention to certain things and just kind of, I don't know what you would call it, but just not the others?
Besides time.
It is literally, it is simply, actually, it can't be anything besides it. It is the prioritization of your programming hours and your time. It takes a lot of effort to make something look good in a video game. You can always, go and grab a texture off the internet or one of the texture banks and just apply it to a tree and boom, you're done. But then that art isn't going to comply with the rest of the art in your game. You want your art to be unified. You want it to look similar to other things. That takes time. You may have limited staff. You may have a window of time to release a game that you want to hit. So developers make sacrifices. A game like Nier Automata is a really good example. Like, the main character, the secondary characters, their character models are really good, but other things, like you look at the trees and the leaves and the grass and the actual textures on the ground, and it's lower polygon, it's lower fidelity, and that's because you make sacrifices. What is the character going to be focusing on most of the time? In Nier, they're going to be focusing on the enemies they're fighting. The screen is moving fast. You're not really paying attention to the world around you. Other games like The Witcher 3 have a really long development time, have really big teams, and they're more contemplative games. So you'll be exploring the world, and you will stop and look at a tree and admire it and be like, damn, that shit looks really good. And if it looks like crap, you're going to notice it, and you're going to get on forums and complain and say, hey, look, this game looks like shit. This tree looks like hot garbage. A really good example of something like that is a new Pokemon game that came out on the Switch. It has some of the worst textures and models for a lot of their background elements. Like their trees look as bad as something from Ocarina of Time, which came out in, what, 97?
Damn. Which game is this? That's Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield, that's the newest one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one you're referring to? Wow.
So, with the amount of time that they had to come out, what the fuck was Mass Effect Andromeda's excuse?
It had a short development time, and
Really?
it was developed by not even the B team at BioWare. It was developed by like the C team.
Oh, damn. To me, to this day, that's probably my biggest letdown with Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, that game was heartbreaking. Here, Vibe.
Yeah.
Take a look at this.
Okay.
Has so much potential.
Yay. I want to look at it right now. Well, not right now, but I'm going to look at it. All right, we're going to move on to Epic Games' new Unreal Engine 5 looks pretty incredible. This is coming from Wired.com. Roz, you're up again. It's funny. I listened to this web series called What Happened, and it always talks about game engines and how switching game engines mid development, ruins it because a lot of the things that you do for one engine can't be even for the upgraded engines. So like technically, specs or whatever for Unreal 4 probably can't work on Unreal 5. It's
not an easy transition. Yeah,
exactly. So by all means, hit us with it.
I mean, the demo that they released was mind-blowing. It is probably one of the most impressive.
That's terrible.
What happened?
I'm looking at the picture you showed me of Ocarina of Time versus what they show in. That's and showing the shield. Wow, that is a shame. All right, I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off when it comes to that, but in your opinion, why do you think they put no effort into making it look better than that?
So, yeah, I know. So the developers of Pokemon, what are they called? Game Freak, I think.
Yeah.
So Game Freak knows that no matter what they do, Pokemon's gonna fucking print money.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It's going to print money. They don't iterate on their gameplay. It is the same game that you've played for the last 25 years.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
And they don't feel the need to revolutionize anything. So the graphics that they used in Sword and Shield, the models that they used, were the exact same models that were used in the 3DS Pokemon game, whose name escapes me. I don't know. Do you know which one came out on the 3DS? I forget the name.
Which Pokemon game came out on the 3DS?
Sun and Moon, 3DS.
The 3D one. Ask him the
Pokemon
3D.
XY. Pokemon XY, he believes.
XY.
Pokemon Oraz.
Oraz?
Yes.
What is that?
That is Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby.
Okay.
Next came Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Sun and Moon. No, but on the 3DS. No, but I mean, like, these are the remakes you're talking about.
Well, that came after, yes, but that was one remake of Gen 3.
Okay.
Pokemon X and Y, new generation.
Okay.
Then came remake. Pokemon
Yeah.
Oraz. Then came Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Okay.
New remake.
Sun and
then
Moon.
the last game.
Right.
The remake of Sun and Moon. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon.
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Okay, wow, there's a bunch of them, but yeah.
So-
that's what you're saying.
X and Y, I think he was right with that.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that came out. And they just recycled the models. The actual Pokemon models, the game character models, the environment models. They just like ported them over to the Switch. They made no changes. They didn't improve the geometry. So they didn't add more angles and triangles to anything so it doesn't look better. And that's all they did. And they get away with it because Pokemon sold 20-something million.
Why is nobody like saying anything? Like why aren't the
and it was a huge deal. There was a lot of drama online, but drama doesn't translate into poor sales.
Actually, what is it? There's no such thing as bad PR, so I guess it probably helped it. Who knows?
Yeah. And it's sad to see.
That's a testament because when I played the game, I haven't beaten it because I suck at life. But I thought it looked great. But that's a testament to me about how long ago it's been since I played a Pokemon game. That Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Sword and Shield look great to me, and I had no idea that I'm just playing maybe not even better versions of the 3DS, which I haven't played a single 3DS Pokemon game. I think the last Pokemon game I really played was on the the DS, probably. You know, and that's way before.
And when you compare a game like Pokemon to another game that came out on the Switch, which is the Breath of the Wild Zelda game, you know, there's no comparison. Breath of the Wild has a lot more effort put into its graphics engine. Everything looks better. And I don't know, Nintendo and Game Freak just keep getting away with murder because kids and adults that are obsessed with Pokemon will just throw money at them. They don't care.
Garbanzo just.
Oh god. Okay. So sorry. Back to Unreal Engine 5.
So the Unreal Engine 5 demo was really impressive. It's a big jump in quality and the amount of triangles and polygons that can be kept on screen without any detriment to the game engine. There was no slowdown. So I think, you know, we're in for a really revolutionary change when it comes to game graphics moving forward. This comes out in 2021, so we're not going to be getting any of those games until like 2023, the soonest.
Well, I mean, don't they give the development kits to potential people who want to?
The only
license
people that have dev kits now are basically people in the inside ring.
Okay.
So like Microsoft's Coalition has it because they make Gears of War, and Gears of War is, you know, the Coalition is a partner with it, you know, Epic, so they're definitely going to get their mitts on it early. But no, there's no dev kits out yet, and they won't be out until early 2021. So we won't even see them next year.
Quick
So
question.
how accurate? Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go. No, you before you forget. I'm gonna remember.
Is Unreal Engine is Unreal Engine at all connected to Unreal Tournament?
Yes, it's the actual game company that made it.
Okay.
Epic made Unreal Tournament using the Unreal Engine.
Okay. Great game.
Yeah, fucking awesome.
How
game.
likely that the tech demo that we saw is accurately portraying what can be achieved on Unreal Engine 5?
I'd say 95% accurate.
Because I mean,
generally, whatever their tech demos show, games are capable of doing like 3 years into the release of that engine.
Right.
So
because usually tech demos aren't on like stupid souped up computers, and that's why they look so good. Or
yeah, they're generally on extremely
like
powerful computers. If you want to see a really good comparison of what a tech demo and then a final product, you know, comparison is, you know, after this I'll show you. It's, you know, the Unreal Engine 4 tech demo, and then a game like Gears of War 5. Mm-hmm. You know, both of them are made on Unreal 4, but Gears of War 5 exceeds what the tech demo looked like.
Oh, okay. So you can build better assets on an engine to make the engine perform. Okay. See, I learn things every day. All right. Well, I can't wait to see what will come from this engine. Who knows? I'm loving the way these games are starting to look, even if I don't play them all. I love it. So that is the end of what's new in the gaming world. We're moving on to Open Mic. David Arquette to reprise the Dewey Role in new Scream movie. This article comes from TheWrap.com. David Arquette has joined the cast of a new Scream movie that is in the works from the directors of Ready or Not and Spyglass Media Group. The company's president of production, Peter Hell No, that name is ridiculous, announced Monday. Plot details are being kept under wraps, but Arquette will reprise his role as Dewey Riley, dating back to the original 1996 horror film Scream, and will continue to pursue the mystery Ghostface killer or killer Ghostface. We say Ghostface killer Ghostface. That's a rapper. Roz, you said why. Now, why as in to, like, why are they doing this?
Why? Just everything. Just like from the top to bottom. Top to bottom. Who sat down and said, I got an idea. All right? Bear with me. All right. We hit up David Arquette and we say, hey, let's make a new Scream movie because people are on the streets protesting for a new Scream movie, I assure you. And Dave was like, all right, yeah, I'll fucking do it. And there we go. That's the movie. Because I don't know who wanted a new Scream movie.
My understanding is that the video game industry, even the toys industry and the movie industry have an algorithm or some kind of like mathematical equation. No,
No, I know.
that every 20 years we get nostalgic for 20 years ago or something like that. And so if we're in 2020 and this franchise began in 1996, it's over 20 years old. Maybe that's what's making them go back into the honeypot and say, "Listen, let's go to our old franchises for nostalgia and bring it back out." What do you think?
I think that since they've seen how successful the most recent Jason, Freddy, Halloween, and Child's Play is, they had to put this out /S.
What the hell is that?
I'm being sarcastic.
What the hell is /S? What is that?
He just figured out that that's how you.
But that's what I'm saying though, and I agree. It's like I don't know why you think you're looking for. I think they're looking for a new Scream MCU. Everybody wants to share a universe, but I think I
Scream MCU.
Could you imagine a cinematic universe, Scream cinematic universe? That would be.
Oh, yeah. All right, wait. If they cross it over with Scooby Doo, now you got my money.
Yeah, absolutely.
That could work.
Okay, now you got my money. And then like bring the Archie universe into it somehow.
Listen, and like end one of the movies with like an end credit scene with Nancy Drew. That'd be perfect.
Fucking edit. Yes, Nancy Drew opens the door.
Exactly.
You know. And then you see the lightning flash, and Batman is on the roof of the building.
All you hear is this shit.
I am night. I am vengeance.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I even have the article here, but I want to just throw something in there real quick. You guys heard how and I don't know what this is, just publicity or not, but how whatever his name is, he doesn't want to work out for his role for Batman. What do you guys feel about that?
Oh, Pattinson?
Yeah, Pattinson's like, I'm not working out. He's like James Dean doesn't have to work out.
So James Dean's dead. First of all, James Dean's dead as shit. Okay. So no, he's dead as shit. And secondly, you were hired to do a fucking job, and that job was to be in shape and be Batman. Okay, nobody wants to see fat Batman.
Well,
what are you doing?
He's thin. He's like super. Like he's.
No, I know.
But like,
I think if he doesn't want to work out, if he doesn't want to get breaked out for the role, play Robin. There you go.
Yeah, actually, I think he'd make a great Nightwing.
Sure, he could be Nightwing.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't know. I just I don't know if I care that much, but I guess maybe if it's like the early years of Batman, then maybe I can understand. I think that's what they're going for. He's going to be younger,
even then,
not going to be that ripped yet.
He should be bigger when he's younger than he is when he's older. So.
Okay. Well,
and anyway, we already had Batman Begins. We don't need another origin story.
Well, of course, this is not your daddy's origin story. Of course, all I told you guys, like I said in a previous podcast, all I want to see is. Martha Wayne and what's his dad's name? Thomas Wayne. I want to see
Frank Reynolds.
I want to see them both get shot again. I have to see, but I want to see. I want to see the most super slow mo. I'm talking about. I want this thing to be like heart wrenching.
It can't get any slower.
With the beads dropping.
How many times have we seen the pearls ripping and falling? How many times have we seen Martha and what's his name? Frank Reynolds shot, killed. Like
it's never enough. It's never enough.
It's never. But I think the way to get around it is do it as POV, slow motion POV. We're in the point of the view of Joe Chill or whatever his name is, and we see it as if we're the ones shooting and killing his parents.
All right, I got an idea. So how about VR? Yeah, how about we do that on the. They do it like that original Doom movie that came out like 15 years ago, and that at the very bottom is like. Like a screen with like a little picture of Joe Chill's face with the ammunition counter. So every time he pulls the trigger, the counter goes down, and then boom, there. That I'll see that movie.
Bro,
I want to see him change. I mean, change his gun.
Yeah, the magazine. Pull it out, put it in.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Back the slide.
That's it. I want a POV version of.
But he pulls it out. There's already a bullet in, and he jams it. The slide. So he's like.
And pull it like that right in front of the screen, and then all you see is this.
Hey, have you guys been to a place in Disney Springs, that VR place, The Void or whatever?
No, Arbanzo has.
Could you imagine if they had a virtual reality experience where you just kill Batman's parents over and over?
No, that okay. I'll ask you a question. Do you want that experience, or Anakin killing younglings?
That's tough.
You have one.
I might go with killing the kids. I mean, the younglings.
Okay, that's
I
what
mean,
I thought.
that's already you can already download that VR
No,
game.
but like like in the void, you put on the backpack to give you a blaster to feel like you're really there. I want that, and then I want like little like small mops and a broom, like little plush like heads, and just like just whack them and smack them all.
Okay.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I mean, I think it'd be fun. You know what? I think that the new Scream movie would be ripe for inebriated.
You're gonna be there. You're gonna be there for a midnight release, aren't you?
No, well, it depends because if the movie theaters are back, because the thing is, I love going to the AMC right here by me, AMC 9, because they always have theme appropriate drinks for the movies coming out.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
guaranteed they're gonna have a Scream appropriate drink that I always want to try them because there's some good concoctions and they're very creative with their whatever they bring up. So, yeah, but I think Flex, you and I should table this for an inebriated reviews for the future because there's so much wrong that can go with this movie, and I can see us drinking to it and laughing. So.
Still got 2 months.
What?
Still got 2 months, no alcohol. All right, so we can do it after that.
Yeah,
This movie ain't coming out for a few years. So.
Yeah, it's not going for a few years. I plus we're not gonna
okay.
we're not gonna meet till the fall. So I mean, look, we got time. So all right, well, moving on. Disney reschedules The New Mutants. This article comes from Deadline.com. Disney reschedules The New Mutants, and Ron's gone wrong. I don't know what that is. The much delayed former Fox Marvel New Mutants is not going to Disney Plus or Hulu and remains on track for theatrical release. Now set for August 28th. That's optimistic. This year, New Mutants stands alone as the only wide entry in the pre-Labor Day weekend frame. Now, that aside, this movie has been delayed amazing amount of times to the point where the actors have aged out to even do reshoots.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long this movie has delayed. Do we even want this to be in theaters? Why do they insist on making this a
no idea
event? Why don't they just throw it on? Listen, there's nothing new. I think nothing significantly new on Disney Plus. Throw it up on there on Disney Plus to satiate us before any Marvel. Because when is Marvel TV coming out? We haven't heard anything about when these things are coming. So throw that out there. That'll give us something to watch. Why would they want this? I mean, I know that originally they wanted this to be a franchise. They wanted it to be 3 movies, and they wanted to see if it had potential to cross over with their brand. That was back when it was at Fox. But it's been delayed. Whatever you have now is what you got. That's it. Why do you guys think they insist on this being a movie theater experience?
I don't know.
It's tough because I've never seen the New Mutants or whatever.
You never seen the trailers or anything? The trailers are pretty cool. Like the first few ones, I was digging it until we got a whole bunch of leaks, and I pretty much now know what the story is.
Exactly.
I still gotta watch Legion.
Yeah. Huh?
I still gotta watch Legion.
Oh well, yeah, I gotta watch season 2 of that. I never finished that, but because my fear is that the end of this New Mutants movie, you're gonna have another CGI de-aged Jean-Luc Picard coming out there and rescuing them. That's how I think it's gonna end. So, but not that I really want to see this movie. I am curious because it's supposed to be the first Mutants horror film. I highly doubt it's anything scary about it anymore now, but dump that thing on Disney Plus or dump it on Hulu, guys. Put it right next to Tron.
Tron. I'll take a Tron sequel.
Oh my god, what I would give for a Tron 3. Okay? What I would give all the money for a Tron 3. Tron 2, Tron Legacy, that is.
I fucking love that movie.
I loved it. I loved that movie. There was nothing wrong with the movie.
It made me want to live there and
that's what I'm saying.
I want it to be the other Flynn.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Clue, had the uncanny valley effect, but at the time it looked decent.
Came out years ago.
Yeah, so I mean, and I loved the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, if in my head canon, that's the Last Jedi for all I care.
Also, Olivia Wilde, like.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Ooh,
that was like my fantasy. Like I would just go in there, programmers or whatever. I don't know how that works, but
she's so hot. She played that whole innocent childlike thing. I was just like, that's it. She's great. Yeah. She's great.
Hey, is it possible to kill somebody in the game and then go back out to reality?
What?
Huh?
So, because I always wondered if you use Tron just to like satiate like your murder fetishes.
No, you die.
No, I know that, but like
you get pulled into. Yeah, the user gets pulled in completely.
The whole thing.
He gets portaled in.
You can kill the program. Is that what you're asking? Killing the programs but
No, I actually don't think he could get pulled back in for murdering people.
Then you're just killing them. That's just like killing them in meat space. They're dead.
Yeah, the difference is their bodies in the digital world, and you'll probably never get caught. Why are we talking about this?
Oh no.
Kind of dark.
I don't mean like
fantasy.
people I mean like what if you could make your own little city and you're like Clue and you go in and you just murder the people.
Wait, are you basically asking me what if you made a video game?
Yeah, it's a simulation.
No.
It's a simulation.
Because that's a video game. You just described a video game.
So you want
I'm trying to find kind of a more discreet way to ask you guys if you would love to go inside of Tron and just commit murder and then get out.
That's a video game.
I don't have any. I don't think I
you don't feel it in a video game.
that, you know. No, you want the full immersion. That's right. You want to go into a real.
I'm like a hard pass on that. I don't need to kill anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have any bloodlust.
How about if it's a robot, but it's not a robot?
Again, you need some kind of bloodlust to want to savagely rip up something. I don't. I have to I don't know. I don't think so. Why am I even getting into this?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Mutants. I'm trying to engage in this conversation. It's not working for me. The New Mutants coming in Washington movie theaters. New Mutants is gonna bomb in the theaters. That's just it. We all know this. I know they know.
See it anyway.
Oh,
nobody's gonna go to theaters.
That's what. True. Especially since they're saying August, but I'm just it's gonna bomb. I mean, even no matter when they put it out, it's too late now. This is gonna bomb. They should go directly to streaming service. I don't know what they're thinking.
I agree.
This is one of the few decisions that I wish I was in the boardroom. I was a fly on the wall. Just say what are you guys trying to do? You know this is gonna bomb. So is it that make any money on it is better than no money? Is that what you're saying? But I mean, maybe you put it on Hulu or Netflix. You can drive people to there to go see. I don't get put it on demand for all we care. Get money that way. But we'll see. Will I go see this movie when it comes out in theaters? Yes, I will, because I am curious and I'm going to do a review on it. But I'm not looking forward to it whatsoever. All right, we are moving on to Tom Hanks' World War II film Greyhound alters course in Apple deal. Film will premiere on Apple TV Plus. What is with all the pluses? This comes from Deadline.com. Roz.
This is another thing that Apple TV is getting. And who has Apple TV?
Nobody, but I really want to see the network. I heard the network is really good. They have heavy hitters in that show, the network. But I don't. I completely forget that it even exists.
Yeah, until I see an article like this, I forget that Apple TV exists.
What?
And
Plus.
Sorry, you're right. Apple TV Plus. And I'm guaranteeing you, by tomorrow afternoon, I won't think about Apple TV Plus again until something else hits the news about it.
Yeah, because right now all I'm thinking about is I need to get it so I can watch the network, because the network seems like it's a lot of fun. But as soon as we're done, I'm going to forget about it and move on.
Yeah, and like I said, this Tom Hanks thing, I mean, it's really more of a segue to talk about how there are way too many digital streaming channels, and especially from carriers that don't have any content. I mean, Disney has 80 years of content to work with, so they're okay. But Apple has a handful of TV shows, and only 2 of them are getting pretty decent ratings.
Right.
I don't see the justification for paying a monthly bill for a network that you're barely going to watch.
I wonder who in the boardroom said, yes, we need to have our own streaming service because we're cool like that. I don't get it. And I mean, you say Disney has, I mean, they have, 80 years of their own content. They're in theory, Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, that's a niche market, as opposed to Hulu and Netflix that have more broad range, that they just kind of throw everything out there. It's something for everybody. So it's a broader audience. Apple TV, I don't know who they're for or what they're for or what they're trying to do. I would love to hear from anybody listening to us. If you guys have Apple TV or you know anybody that has Apple TV, please,
yeah,
I need to hear from you. I need to hear what you think about it. I need a review.
Yeah.
None of us have it, and I don't think
sell it
to
us. Sell us on it.
Sell us on it, bash it, whatever it is. I'll even give you a friggin' gift or prize. But I need to hear who has Apple TV and who's using it, who likes it, or what reason, or did you get it for free for some reason, like Amazon Prime Video comes with Prime, that's the reason why I have it, because I have Amazon Prime. I like Amazon Prime for their shipping, but only now am I actually appreciating. Did you know that I had this service and I didn't use it for the first 2 years? Now I'm finally appreciating Amazon Prime Video, so that's the reason why. So I want to know, is that because can you do that? Can you like get like like it just adds on to something else that you already have with Apple or no? Is this a completely separate thing?
I
don't think so.
I think you just have to get that sub.
Yeah. See, that's what I got. You know what? I'm gonna look it up, not because I want it, but because I wonder if anybody's torrenting the network. Oh, that's off the camera. So, all right. So we here at do not support
Condone
pirating.
piracy. No.
torrenting.
Do not condone it at all.
At all. Bill Gates says
Can I-
free stuff.
Can I get like, what is torrent? I don't know what that is.
I'll explain
I-
off the air.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can explain it. I mean, we don't endorse it, but we can discuss it.
No, I mean torrenting is just a methodology for downloading, files. The reason it's called a torrent is because you don't download from one particular person. You download from multiple sources, small packets of the file. So it is decentralized, and it's supposedly faster and more secure. That's it.
Yeah. You've never torrented anything ever before, really? I mean, I think all of us have at one point
The
in our
military
lives.
did it for us. So you hear that? The government did it.
The
So
torrenting isn't illegal, but it is not. It's
No, torrenting
used-
itself is not illegal.
Yeah,
It's whatever.
yeah, torrent
It's,
is like
almost.
almost all Linux distributions are done through torrents.
Yeah.
Shit like World of Warcraft updates are done through a torrent. So
Yeah, so I mean, it's just the content that whatever you choose to torrent may or may not be legal or pirated or whatever, and so on and so forth. So you guys out there, do your torrenting, but do it responsibly. And somebody emailed me about the network. So all right, well, I think that's about it. An hour and 10 minutes. I can't believe this. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Is there any last thoughts about anything that we had to say today, gentlemen, before we wrap it up? That's funny.
I don't think so.
I don't.
I can't really think of anything.
Sounds good. That's it for Keeping Up the Geek Bros, episode 99.5. Shameless promotion, gents. Darflex.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Darth_Flux.
Mr. Roz.
Find me on Instagram, Ray Raziel.
All right. And of course, before I get to me, you can find us on GEEKBR0S. That's Geek Bros. IG, Twitter, geekbros@yahoo.com. GEEKBRO. Sorry, 0S at yahoo.com. Facebook.com/geekbros@0. WeBeGeeksPC.com. Every week you can listen to us, as it is going to be a blast from the past. I want to thank Garbanzo. I forget Garbanzo's social media. It's Beam TKE.
It's Garbanzo Substore Submedia 5 or something like that.
Sounds good. So thank you, Garbanzo, for popping in real quick before you had to go back. Hopefully he does get out of sub level 5. We all pray for him and wish him the best.
He's gone, man.
He's gone. Of course, I'm Vibe Rev Studios, VIBEREV STUDIOS. Has Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.com, Facebook. Everything from the studio is there. It's a little slow, but we're gonna, bring stuff back up. Yes. No, the studio is not just podcasts. I've gotten a lot of stuff saying, when did the studio pivot to just pure podcasting? It didn't pivot. I am still a video production entity, but podcasting is, I don't want to say easy, but easier. I'm getting much better at audio editing, and it's just quicker to bring those out. And because I have so many podcasts, I have 3.5 podcasts. It's eating up more of my time than I would like. So yes, I am reinvesting time into video production, Snapchatter, Geek Bros original recipe web series, and other things like that. So they'll be coming back. Just gotta give me some time, as I am a one-stop shop. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in to Keeping the Geek Bros. And remember, geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.